This is definitely motivation to harvest more this year. Mmm, so good. My all-time favorite nut comes from a tree that is native to eastern and central North America. It has these compound leaves with opposite pairs of leaflets, and at this time of year, it's dropping these big round fruits. Meet Juglans nigra, otherwise known as black walnut. Black walnuts are grown commercially for lumber and increasingly for food use as well, though not as common because they are so labor intensive to process. These trees typically grow between 100 and 150 feet tall and can live between 150 and 250 years. They can start producing nuts as early as 4 years old in ideal conditions, but they typically are going to take between 10 and 20 years to start producing nuts. To get at the nut, you have to start by collecting these fruits. These big round fruits have a fleshy part around the hull that will absolutely stain everything that you have a dark brown. The younger green hulls have traditional medicinal uses. The older hulls, like this one, in the ripe nuts, can be used to make ink or dye or wood stain. Removing the husk is just the first step in the process. After the husk is removed, you have to scrape off the rest of the flesh from the nut shell, revealing the very hard inner shell. These shells are so tough that you cannot use a regular nutcracker on them, and you absolutely will need safety goggles to crack these safely. Once the shells are cleaned and dried, you're going to want to let them cure for at least 6 weeks. And they can store for up to a year or more. These ones I actually harvested, washed, and stored 3 years ago, and they're still amazingly good. So is it worth all the effort to get that little tiny bit of nut meat out of that very tough shell? It smells so good. I wish we had smell-o-vision so you could experience this with me. It's walnutty, of course, but also like boozy and rich and buttery and warm and complex. It's very different than your typical English walnuts. All right, taste test. Mmm, so good. So good. If you have a black walnut tree in an area where you intend to do landscaping, be aware that they are allelopathic, meaning the roots put out a chemical that can inhibit the growth of other surrounding plants. Anecdotally, records of walnut allelopathic qualities date back to as early as the 1st century when Pliny the Elder wrote, "The shadow of the walnut tree is poison to all plants within its compass." If you're ready to discover all the weird, wonderful, and delicious food growing wild near you, I wrote you a book for that. Ecopunk Foraging: How to Use Wild Plants for Food, Medicine, and Crafts by Melanie Weird is available on Amazon.